That is my profoundest wish. I'd like to kill someone really worthwhile.
Powerful, erotic, and totally unexpected. Largo Entertainment is bringing to the screen a provocative new motion picture based on the most controversial story ever written by the internationally acclaimed author of The Getaway and The Grifters. Billy Zane, Gina Gershon, and Cheryl Lee explore new limits of uninhibited raw emotion.
Marker?
In Jim Thompson's This World, Then the Fireworks.
Just another wreck by the side of the road. Oh, the drama is high and the sexual tension is, equally high. The fact that this story couldn't be published until 2 years after Mr. Thompson's death, and I think it was like '83, piqued my interest. Certainly a little controversy never hurts, but he was perhaps not as understood or revered in his time, like most great artists, I guess.
I mean, there's different themes that are kind of running throughout, and I think they're universal themes taken to the extreme, like pushing the envelope, which, he kind of does in this kind of, Jim Thompson-esque way. Maybe the characters get more extreme or the situations get more extreme.
Sexuality was always a major issue with Jim Thompson. It's never been possible to approach the end of the envelope on that, and we're trying to. Now on the set, we're finding that the characters that our actors are generating are subject to the same, they have to overcome their own social inhibitions, and they're jumping into those primitive emotions that have existed forever.
The script itself has pushed me into areas that are new for me, which is great. I love that. I love the challenge. I love taking risks.
You know what I'm gonna do to you?
Thompson has an incredible ability to take extreme situations and make them believable, to lead you step by step to the point where you accept abnormal things that you wouldn't accept in everyday life.
You are so crazy, honey.
Basic story is the misadventures of a con man and grifter named Marty Lakewood, who, fleeing some trouble he's in at the beginning of the story, returns home to his mother's house and sets up back in business with his sister, who's a fellow con woman grifter.
Well, she has nothing to do with any other character I've ever portrayed, really. It's different than Showgirls, it's different than Bound. To me, she always saw her as really this innocent woman, but because of circumstances, she's had to defend herself in ways that aren't completely appropriate in society. This is a fragmented, damaged girl who is just really trying to keep it together.
Anyway, now that you're here, we're gonna be rolling in the money soon, right?
Together they plan a ripoff of a woman who Marty gets involved with.
There are definitely sparks from the first second that she sets eyes on him, yes. For me, the most important thing is the journey of the character that I play. It's as if everything is untied and the chains are unlocked and, the hair comes down and...
Do you love me, Marty?
But what's also going on is the tormented relationship between Marty, his sister, and their mother.
I know what you're doing.
They are so close and they are so dependent on each other and so devoted to each other that, of course, it's terribly unhealthy. And they love each other, but nobody else.
Do you love me more than you love your sister?
Completely different. They're two different things.
The whole world perceives Carol and Marty as like these bad people, but once you're inside of Marty's and Carol's head, you understand where they're coming from and why they do the things you do.
The world is warped through their eyes, and in the film, their perspective of it from the people who inhabit it. So they are without guilt or judgment. I mean, murder was not beyond their world. It was par for the course. It's not gonna hurt you, it's not gonna hurt anyone ever again.
I always thought that it meant this world and the fireworks. This world was the world between Carol and Marty, and then the rest of the world was the fireworks.
You just better come on with me right now or I'll do it right here.
Something's afoot. Things aren't what they seem in this story, and the grifters are grifted.
People who see your sister, like Krutz and Gibbons, they die or they disappear.
People die in this.
Everything about the making of This World, Then the Fireworks reflects the filmmaker's commitment to remain faithful to the author's vision, including the story's 1950s-era American setting.
So obviously, I was drawing on cinematic inspiration from that period, and I think the biggest inspiration was Touch of Evil for Orson Welles.
Michael was a very accomplished cinematographer before he became a director. He's got a very distinct look and approach to the film.
Right. You know, the web is closing in on this guy, but he's so greasy, this Marty character. He just sleazes out everything.
But, you know, he really, in his head, his encyclopedia of film, you know, history and knowledge, I think he was really coming from that point of view, of really kind of trying to create that sort of film noirish, that authentic sort of style.
Our director of photography, Tom Priestley, is a fantastic, practiced cameraman who has filmed, you know, Ragtime and Amadeus. So you take this very classic approach mixed with Oblowitz's kind of underground feel and energy. We're getting a very beautiful images, but with an energy that I don't think you've seen before. It's a very exciting combination. Just hang in there, kiddo. It's all gonna be fine.
Is it, Marty?
Ultimately, we do push the envelope and maybe define our own category. And at the same time, hopefully it is original and different and like anything we've never done before.
Marty, something's wrong. You're scaring me. What's happening?
Plus, it has 3 gorgeous young people in it.
I see the way you two sniff around each other.
Cheryl Lee is, you know, amazing. Gina is just, you know, fantastic. It's very powerful and really exciting to be working with that energy.
I think Billy's probably doing some of his best work. He's getting into areas he hasn't been before, and I think he likes it.
What? Come on, let's hear it. What's in that tiny mind of yours, Lois? Come on!
The way, I guess, like Pulp Fiction did, you know, that film just would not go away. You know, like Reservoir Dogs. These films will not go away. They just, you know, like Touch of Evil. If you want to try for that, you have to take enormous risks, and you have to push everybody, including yourself, to limits that you didn't even know existed. But that's why it's This World and Then the Fireworks, and not any other place to go.
What the hell's going on here?
This World, Then the Fireworks, from Largo Entertainment.